Quisiera dar paso a don Ben Weyts. Él es el ministro de Movilidad, Obras Públicas, Blam Serrant y Bienestar de los Animales de la región flamenca de Bélgica. Ministro, cuando usted quiera. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Good morning. Are you hearing me? Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Food lovers and ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed I'm a Flemish minister. That means I'm a minister in Belgium, and Belgium is a federal country with federal states, and the largest federal state, the region, is Flanders, and economically also the most important one. We've got a lot of autonomy, a broad range of competences, and one of those competences is tourism, and together with foreign affairs. And that makes our country quite unique. And we try to use that competence, tourism, to promote our country and to let our country prosper also on the economical level. And we launched a very unique project, the Flanders Food Faculty, to promote our culinary, our identity in that field. So the Flanders Food Faculty, what, how, who is it? I'll try to explain. What is it? It's a network of all relevant public and private, because it's a public-private approach. So public and private stakeholders, partners, meaning top chefs, suppliers, investors, schools, hotel schools, for example. And they are bundling their strengths to turn Flanders into a real destination for food lovers. And that's the goal. So why did we start it? We have a lot of, we think we have, in Flanders, we have a lot of culinary trumps, assets, and we want to use them all to the full. And there was too much fragmentation. There were a lot of partners, a lot of stakeholders, they were working aside each other and sometimes against each other, and too little insight into who did what, and we were missing one marketing strategy concerning the gastronomy, and one identity, one culinary identity. What objective? Well, our objective is very clear: to become a top culinary destination in Europe by 2020. And how do we want to achieve that? That is, we work according the following principles, being one, more, better and smarter promotion of our gastronomy. We are working hard on a common public perception of our Flemish eating culture, with emphasis on the potential of the Flemish culinary professionals, products and companies as gastronomical ambassadors. Two, stronger together through co-creation and co-funding, means bundling strengths and of both private and public partners, investing together in the reputation of the future culinary identity of Flanders. Three, encouraging culinary innovation and talents, meaning stimulating our culinary future through innovation and support of talents. Encouraging a culture of permanent innovation among chefs and in hospitality industry training, in collaboration with the producers and Flemish companies. Scouting young talents as well, looking for young culinary talent, looking ourselves in an active way, not in a passive way, but scouting talent and preparing them for international competitions and missions. And four, recognition in our own country, because the best ambassadors of your culinary identity, the best ambassadors are your own inhabitants. Those should be the first and the best ambassadors of a culinary identity. We have identified 6 action points for achieving our aims, meaning one, and first of all, culinary positioning. It is insufficiently known internationally. we need one clear frame of reference so that our Flemish gastronomy is more strongly defined. So we started to try to define our own culinary identity. Because everybody says, in our country, you can have great food and drinks. That's the story everybody will tell you. But what's the difference with the neighboring countries, for example? What makes your Flemish cuisine, your Flemish foods and drinks, our culinary identity, our culture, so unique if you compare it, for example, with France, the Netherlands, or Germany? So we try to focus on that, and we defined it in a slogan telling Flemish craftsmanship is enjoyment at every table and every counter. Flemish craftsmanship is enjoyment at every table and at every counter. It has two main pillars, that slogan, meaning, first of all, Flemish craftsmanship, because we're a small country. Flanders is even smaller than the Basque country, for example. We're a small country, and we don't have, we have to acknowledge that, we don't have the great terroir like France has, for example. We have got some real quality products that are unique, for example, hop or the famous grey shrimps or Brussels endives, but that's about it. Our main asset, our main trump is the craftsmanship. We import goods and products, quality products from abroad to make better things with it. For example, you might know Flanders or Belgium for the chocolate. Well, I have to admit, we make great chocolate, but we don't have one cacao tree in the whole of Belgium. We import it from Ivory Coast, from Venezuela, from Peru, wherever. But so we make great beer, but we import our products, not all of them, but we import a lot of products from abroad. So that's why we say it's about craftsmanship. That's our main talent, craftsmanship. For example, to put it like this, we're not the country of chocolate. We're the country of chocolate makers. We're not the country of beer. We're the country of brewers. For example, we got great beers, but sometimes the hop, for example, we import it from Czechoslovakia, or from Czechia, or from Slovakia, or from Hungary. That's okay, but we make better things with it. And that's our main talent, our main trump, craftsmanship. That, first of all. The second part of the slogan is Flemish craftsmanship is enjoyment at every table and every counter. The second part means that we have got in Flanders a great concentration of, for example, Michelin stars. We got great elite restaurants. Michelin star restaurants, we've got the greatest concentration of Michelin stars if you compare it to the inhabitants or the per square meter. Where, just like the Basque country, and even Donostia, San Sebastian, if you just focus on the Michelin stars, the amount of Michelin stars, and the square meter, well, world top. Same thing for Flanders. Everybody knows about Denmark. Well, Denmark has got, because of Noma, of course, a top restaurant, but Denmark has got not just half of the Michelin stars of Flanders itself. So, what's the greatest thing? We've got flagships, elite Michelin restaurants, but the best thing is, it's not just about the flagships, it's about the fleet. There isn't a cleavage between the elite restaurants, Michelin restaurants, for example, and whatever it's underneath it. So what we should call lower quality restaurants, pubs, brasseries, and even food trucks, well, that's our main ambition, and we realize that ambition as in practice. You can see in Flanders, you can enjoy quality and great food and drinks at every level of the culinary, what I should say, the culinary pyramid. So you can enjoy quality food, quality drinks in a snack bar, or in a brasserie, in a restaurant, or in a top restaurant. It's always quality. That's our main asset together with the craftsmanship, and that's what it's all about. So that's the definition of our culinary identity, and that's the elevator story we tell. And we have to promote that story. We have to convince our own chefs, our own tourist sector to tell the same story, to tell the elevator story over and over again to everybody. So another main issue is centralizing information. What we try to do with the Flemish food faculty is centralizing information, just by offering a single point of contact and information for the press, for the hospitality industry, for organizations. We avoid misunderstandings in communication on our eating culture. So again, telling the same story over and over and over again, promoting the same identity. 3, culinary talents. We want to not only promote, we want to coach culinary talents. We want to make them to export our culture, our identity, our elevator story. And we want to feed the perception abroad that Flanders is really about top quality, top gastronomy. That's why we create 2 top chef teams, a young chef team and a Bocuse d'Or team. The young chefs team will consist of the best young Flemish talents from our hotel schools, upper age limit 21 years. And this team of 8 eager beavers is meant to score at international competitions such as the Culinary World Cup in Luxembourg or the Olympiade der Küche in Frankfurt in Germany. Anyone who wants to win medals at international competitions has to invest in years of preparation and professional guidance. I always compare it to an Olympic team. Everybody thinks it's just regular if you have a coach and a team supporting the Olympics and the Olympic team competing for your country, because it's about the honor and the glory of the country. Why shouldn't we do the same for our participants at culinary competitions? Because it's not only just about the honor and glory of our country, but it's about economy as well. Because whenever you've got a great image on the field of eating and drinking, a strong culinary identity, well, that identity will attract, that image will attract tourists from all over the world, because we know that about 40% of the tourists choose their destination regarding the image in the field of eating and drinking. So whenever you get strong identity and a strong culture concerning eating and drinking, that will have a tourist effect and will attract tourists from all over the world. So we have those 2 teams, a young chefs team and a Bocuse d'Or team. Bocuse d'Or team will focus on the most prestigious competition in the world of gastronomy. That is about the whole press focus. And we have an intensive search that we launched for the best candidate, so being a chef and a commis chef, to battle for the Bocuse d'Or. Impressive achievements at the Bocuse d'Or may strongly benefit the international appeal of Flanders. We have seen the same thing with the Nordic kitchen, with the Scandinavian countries, that long time ago they focused on the coaching of participants at culinary competitions, and they managed, because you see international podiums, you see the effort and result of the Scandinavian strategy. 4, Flanders Kitchen Lab. We're launching a kitchen lab with the aim to boost culinary innovation in a creative yet scientifically underpinned manner. It's to create innovation by realizing cross-pollination and mutual inspiration instead of just providing information. It's not just about an info box or something like that. How do we go about it? For example, organizing training programs about scientific trends, the latest scientific insights into topics such as trends and trendy, health, the environment, nutritional diversity. For example, what can we do? How can we excel in vegan cuisine? For example, being an international trend. Having scientific know-how on health and gastronomy circulate from top chefs to the sector at large, making chefs cooperate during gastronomy sessions, hackathons, for example, and other trends. 5, culinary exchange program. What do we want to do with that? Foreign chefs bring expertise to Flanders and return to their kitchens as witnesses of Flemish groundbreaking professionalism. At the same time, Flemish chefs, and even especially young chefs, will be encouraged to gain expertise abroad and then to apply it in their own restaurants. 6, local ambassadors. And local ambassadors, those are the best. We need more recognition in our own country, in Flanders, of culinary professionalism. And our intention is to, 3 objectives: awareness, action, and share. Awareness, encourage the Flemish to familiarize themselves with the key message of the Flemish culinary identity, the elevator story I told you about. That's the story. I want them to be, they have to be convinced of that, and they have to tell the story as an ambassador as well. 2, action. Inspire Flemish food lovers to discover culinary professionals and to experience and taste their craftsmanship locally during a short stay. And 3, share. Motivate Flemish food lovers to share their culinary pride and experiences, for example, via social media. So I think a close collaboration between tourism and the culinary professionals is essential for placing your region, your country, on the tourist map as a culinary destination in an efficient and sustainable way. And on top of that, I would like you to announce and to ask for your support, because we started with this project and we're so ambitious, we're so willing to promote our country on the culinary level. We got so many assets, and we want to tell the story to the whole world. And that's why we would love to be your host for the 6th UNWTO Congress in 2020. We can't wait to be your host and meet you all within 3 years. I know there might be other candidates, but they can organize it a couple of years later, no problem. We'll support them. We'll be happy to do so. But I hope you all have a wonderful evening. You enjoy your stay, you enjoy your cooperation, and let's just hope we manage to realize that fact. Tourist promotion through food and drink. That's a great story. Thank you very much.